we've had players transfer into both Louisville and Kentucky and now transfer out without ever playing a game. They just came, had a cup of coffee for spring practice, collected a bunch of money, and then left. A wideout at Kentucky from Texas A&M. Penny Boone, a highly touted running back from Toledo at Louisville, has left. Others, of course, have left. We expect players to leave. Some of these are unusual. Is it? I have a feeling I know what you're going to say. Has this gotten out of control?
Well, I know in college basketball, there's only 1,700 players who've gone in the portal this year. We still haven't got to 2,000. So no, until it gets to 2,000, it's not out of control.
So it's fully under control.
No, I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. You can't, I'm glad I'm not writing stories anymore for the college football preseason yearbooks, because you have no idea who's going to be on the roster. Even when you start writing the stories, which are usually due in May, guys are going to leave after there's going to be more guys go in the portal after the spring game, because they're not going to like how much playing time they get, and they're not going to like where they are on the depth chart. You know, when there's no rules and there's no guidelines, this is what you get. Oh,
it's a free-for-all, and I don't know what the answer is, but what you're seeing is not just players like what we've seen here may not be satisfied, and a lot of times when this happens and somebody transfers in and then back out, there may be more to the story. There doesn't have to always be more to the story, but who knows? But I think what you're seeing is not just players getting dissatisfied and moving, but coaches taking a look at their teams and saying, all right, this linebacker I got wasn't as good as I thought he was. I better go get another one. And then they're back in the portal, taking somebody else that's transferred out. And it gets a little hairy. I mean, I don't envy these coaches in a lot of ways, because, you know, you're trying to build a team and you get done with spring ball and you think you might be set, and then you're not. So it's tough. But again, coaches are as much a part of this as everything. What can be done to fix it? Is there anything that can be done to curtail some of this?
I mean, I think one thing that could be done to slightly fix it is, if you go in the portal and go somewhere else, you can't leave and go somewhere else and be eligible immediately. I mean, that whole bar to eligibility has been dropped. That used to keep it under control some. But if you decide in December you're going somewhere else, and then you get there and in March you say, no, I don't like it here, I'm going to go somewhere else, you can go. But on that one, you got to sit out a year. That will slow some of it down, in my opinion.
Yeah, the one thing I can think of that would slow it down is if you have to pay the money back. And if that happens and they come after you for the money, or you got to stay, that's a little different.
Some guys might not have the money, though, and how are they going to collect it?
They've already spent it. Well, they're going to stay there and keep playing football is what they're going to do. I mean, if there's a clause in your contract and mine, I'm sure that if we leave, there's some recompense to the company. I don't know if we pay it or somebody else pays it or whatever. That may not be the best example, but that's how it is.